Yes, good evening. We're back with the Celtic Unrestricted View, and it's an uncharted waters for us. Mr. Barry Bannan's joining me again tonight. Baz, I was brilliant on Monday night with us, folks. If you missed it, please go and watch it. It was amazing. Two tactical geniuses talking through the game for Sunday, and then we've got this guy joining us tonight, Barry. I think he must have heard us talking about him the other night, mate. He's double denim suit on, and he's decided to worm his way back in me tonight. Baz, I'll come to you first, mate. I hope you're well. And as I said, mate, I really enjoyed the chat with you on Monday night, mate. But I hope you're well.
Aye, brilliant, mate. Obviously, good chat the other night about the old Fulham game. So Andy Gray wasn't here to have his part, but I think he'll remind us all what he's seen on Sunday night, I'm sure, if we've got enough time. But we're trying to fit Scotland games in that in as well. So I'll let him take it away for here.
Yeah, definitely. And like Barry says, that's a very early and short and sweet evening for myself and Barry. So I'll see you again on Friday, guys. And I'll leave you with a fine man himself, Mr. Andy Gray. How are we, son? And I see that the last time I seen you, you've got that half a carpet taken off your face, mate. So it's good to see you're back in love with a Mac 3, mate.
I obviously seen you this morning, mate, and you said to get my Tinder profile better. I need a wee shave, mate. So had a wee shave. The Mac 3s came out, mate, and obviously my dad's double denim suits is a hit apparently. So I'll need to get that uploaded as well, mate. So no, I actually watched these obviously on Monday. I was doing the radio, mate. So it's actually a good podcast on Monday. Really enjoyed it. Mate. Really enjoyed it. Actually watching for the other side, mate. It's a bit different. So, but no, I'm good, mate. Sun is shining. Celtic are back, mate, and now it's out to Scotland.
And obviously, for anybody just wondering, and Baz, obviously, we managed to get a wee bit of insight as to where actually what Ryan was doing on Monday night. And to be honest, the Football Monitoring Board have just told me here that Ryan was actually away doing his video shoot for his Tinder profile. And there we go. There's Ryan coming out the photo shoot there with his nice wee. His new pair of Danny Craneys on there. I don't know. By the way, I don't know if they're yours or you got one of them off Danny McGrain or Jim Craig, one of the two, mate. But aye. But talk us through it, mate. It was a good couple of hours, mate. Aye.
Well, apparently I look like Elvis, mate. So I thought I'd dress like Elvis. And my boots, mate. I think they're brilliant.
Was a woman coming out of Specsavers when she said that to you? You're just getting in, mate. What one was it?
I'll tell you that at 10:30. I'll tell you in detail about that. But no, mate, that's a brilliant photo. Whoever took that of me, mate, they must be watching me. I must be a popular guy, mate, when about these areas of Glasgow, mate. So,
because you're making any daily records and all that.
Up by the front, man. I'm just stick to View double denim.
I know, a couple of episodes in, Baz has put us in the papers, Ryan, do you know what I mean?
Stick that in your tombola.
Listen, aye, stick that in your tombola. Made up United.
Aye.
Aye. But no, as I said, lads, any press is good press in my opinion. So, fair play to them. If they want to take photos of you coming out of Savoy with your wee boots on, double denim, want to take photos of Barry sitting, looking special with Celtic tap on and amazing, then fair play. Next one up be me, I'll be talking about, so I'll maybe get him a wee headline or two. And I'll come up with that before the end of the podcast, hopefully. But before we go any further, lads, I will come to the people that are tuning in. We've got a Kenny McArdle joining us on YouTube. Kenny says, hail from a sunny Dumbarton. You're not wrong, Kenny, man. We're now into September, man, and it feels as if we're sitting in the middle of Mallorca doing this. That's the weather. And to be fair, Ryan, you wouldn't know because obviously come Sunday then, mate, I hit -4 in Glasgow, and you wouldn't know because it feels warm at night, but it's -4 in Glasgow, I can assure you. And Jem joining us this evening as well on YouTube. And Jem says, evening folks. That's all you get off and Jem, just evening folks. Never a hail, never a come on you boys in green.
Never misses one though, does she? Fair play to her.
No, definitely. Never misses one. It's actually normally the first course, but I think he or she will be at a place come the new because they'll be jumping a bit to get in there first. Francis Lester, he's joining us as well. He says, evening all, Beale must stay. Absolutely, Francis. It's nice to see you in good form tonight, mate. And Paul Burrell joining us again. Paul Burrell, should I say. Evening, guys. Hail, hail. And Paul Cook also. Evening, JP, Ryan and Barry. Hope you're all well, boys. Good evening, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Right, lads. Tonight's a wee bit different. Obviously, tonight, I'll come to yourself, Buzz. Obviously, it's a wee bit, a lot of football fans seem to say this, and it's a growing census among a lot of fans. A lot of fans. I'm not in that camp. I do like watching Scotland play as well. I've been a big Scotland fan all my life, and my two teams are Celtic and Scotland. But a lot of fans don't particularly like the international break. They just want to keep the league momentum going, especially after a big win across the road. But when you are part of a big club, mate, and obviously you've went and got that big victory, especially with none of your own fans in the stadium as well, mate. What likes the mood in the camp, mate? Is it sort of a bit of an anticlimax for you guys as well? Would you rather keep the momentum going in the club wise, or are you happy for a wee break? What way is it?
I think it depends how the result goes on Sunday. If you're in the Celtic camp, you probably want to sit around and enjoy it, and the next couple of days be in and speaking about it. But I think if you're in the Rangers camp, obviously you're looking to get away for it, and probably stew over it away for the boys. But I think international breaks depends how your team's going. If you're doing, you think it'd be the other way about, but I think if you're going well, it's a bad time for you to break up because you want to keep going and going and going once you're in that groove.
Yeah.
If you're struggling, maybe injuries or you're not playing that good, then it's good to get a wee break and regroup, get a few boys back off the treatment table and stuff like that. But I think right now for Celtic, I think it's probably come at a good time. I know we've got a lot of internationals that are probably going to be away and not getting able to train with Brendan, but I think for the ones that stay about and have not been lucky enough to be picked for their countries, I think they'll reap the benefits of the next 10 days with training under them and getting used to the city, getting used to the boys and that. They probably have team bonding things as well, I'd imagine. So just depends. I love the international breaks because I love coming away and coming back up to Scotland and getting in and around Scottish people again, having the banter. I don't know, that it's different to being down here with English players and foreigners. It's good to get back to some of your home comforts with the old Iron Brew and the square sausage, big man.
I seen you with Iron Brew the other night, mate. So you've not went too far away for that. Saying that's everywhere now, but years ago it didn't used to.
I don't think it's the same. I like the glass bottles. You know what I mean? The old glass bottles. Don't get that down here. So
you like them in Orion, didn't you? You walk to the shops with them, hanging out your pockets, didn't you?
Still trying to get 20p back for them, aren't you?
I'm still on this house for Sunday. Last Sunday, I don't know who that is.
That's how he gets his gel, Baz. He trades him in every week.
Gel and the hair transplant. I mean, gel, man.
No, but going back to international duty, it is good because you do create bonds with these boys as well, and you only get to see them probably every couple of months, or sometimes it's every month for the next 3 months in this case. But you do create bonds, and it looks as if that Scotland team, I know we'll come on to that a bit later, look as if they've got a great camaraderie and team spirit at the minute, and it's how they're getting results. So I used to love international breaks. Sometimes it could come at the wrong time. Sometimes it was good to get away. But I think for Celtic at the weekend after that result, they probably want to keep the season going for another few weeks before they broke up.
So more or less, what you're saying is it's good for Callum McGregor to be strolling into the Scotland training camp, but if you're Ryan Jack, you're thinking about Paul Nasicki, is that what you mean?
Well, probably, aye, because you don't want to be seeing Callum McGregor Monday morning, do you?
Aye. You've been in you've been in that sort of frame of mind a few times, wee man, haven't you? With some states you've been in, man. Talk us through some of that, mate. Obviously, thinking about hiding and where it wagga no. You try to hide in that photo, and they'll also manage to catch you.
I think we'll keep back to the half-10 stuff, mate. That's a bit low-key for this time at night. No, but I think I totally agree with Baz says. I think if you're Celtic players, you're obviously want to stay a bit and get the next game, the confidence, momentum, because obviously the bit of a slow start. We've had a slow start. But obviously if you're Rangers side, i.e. Ryan Jack and guys like that, it'll be a good distraction because obviously, let's be fair, the mood around their camp isn't very good at the moment for the last few days. So it's maybe a godsend for him to get away and kind of reflect and have a focus on Scotland and know what's just happened. But then McGregor, he'll be going to Scotland camp buzzing after that result. All happy, looking forward to the camp. So I think all in all, JP, I think Baz is kind of right in what he says. I think obviously Baz moved through yourself. So I think depends who you're playing with, which you're moving into the camp. But I think in terms of Scotland, I think as soon as you walk into that camp, like Baz says, you'll talk to your pals, the guys you know, and it might actually change your mindset of, right, I need to focus down Scotland. So I think it will depend on, mate, kind of where you've came from on the park for that day.
Aye, no, I get that. Kind of, as Baz says, depends on obviously your result there, and obviously that was the last big game it played. And then obviously McGregor's buzzing, he's bouncing off coaches and out of motors and big smile on his face, whereas the other side of that scale's Ryan Jack, he's walking in with the big hood off that tifo for Sunday that was put up. I know, my God, man, I think it was one of the grannies that made that or something like that, because I'm still looking at that going, like, what was that? Like, my goodness. But no, as I said, it's one of them ones. But Bazza, see when you get into the international camps, right? Like, so does training change at all? I.e. the intensity of the training, or what likes an international training camp different to a club? Because I would imagine under Brendan and Ange, guys like that, we understand that Celtic train at a very, very high tempo and everything's all kind of, speed training, and it's all circuit stuff, and it's all short and sharp and, high intensity stuff. And then you go for that. So is international maybe changed now? Did it maybe used to be a bit slower, or what likes the difference?
Well, speaking from my experiences with Gordon Stratton, obviously his training sessions were hard, really hard actually. But what he done was brilliant, because the sports scientists at the club will speak to the Scotland sports scientist, and for instance, I'll use people like Ryan Jack and McGregor, who played a lot of games this season with Europe and things like that. They'll be managed through the week with Scotland, where they won't do as much workload as ones who are probably in that Scotland squad that haven't played for their clubs. They'll have to do a bit extra. So it's all well monitored now with these sports scientists. And to be fair, under Stratton, like your Celtic and Rangers players, they wouldn't train as much as any other ones, because they obviously play a lot more games and they need to be managed and just basically looked after getting into the games rather than a workload put on them. Because normally them Celtic and Rangers boys, they come back early for Champions League qualifiers. The years I was there anyway. I know Celtic are straight in it now, but I think when I was playing for Scotland, they were having to qualify very early on and come back early on. So they were managed quite well with the sports scientists. But Stratton's training was very intense and long sessions. Like normally, when I was away with Scotland, previous managers before Stratton, you would use your afternoon spare time to play cards, or you'd mess about, do you know what I mean, in the hotel. But with Stratton, because the training was that hard, FIFA, you were back in the afternoon. I used to sleep the Stratton sessions. A lot of the boys used to go to sleep because it was that intense and hard, but the boys loved it. So I've not been in it with Steve Clark, so I wouldn't be able to call how their training will be at the minute, but I would imagine it would be well monitored with the sports scientist side of things, from clubs looking after their own players when they go away, because at the end of the day, the clubs are the ones who are paying the wages and need the players in tip-top shape and want them to come back, obviously, fit for their clubs again.
Ryan, I think that's a wee bit an exclusive there in terms of a wee bit of lowdown there with Gordon Strachan, mate, because I think a lot of Celtic fans are of the opinion, mate, that his training, quite a lot of the players were lazy. You've heard a lot of passing comments and stuff, and obviously Baz, he's got first-hand knowledge of working with a guy like Gordon Strachan. In my opinion, he's, again, one of my favourite Celtic managers for the last 15, 20 years. Absolutely phenomenal what he did with the club. I mean, people right away was under pressure because he's coming in to replace a guy, Martin O'Neill, and people just wrote the guy off right for the off. Like, it was, I think, because he played for Aberdeen as well. You know, he's not even a Celtic fan and this and that, and nonsense, absolute rubbish it was getting spouted. And Baz just saying there, Ryan, that his training was very hard and a lot of detail. And I think a lot of Celtic fans will probably not expect that. They'll not see that side of things until probably the other new, mate.
I'm sure we speak to Baz a few times on this, and when we first kind of spoke to him, he did mention that he loved Stratton and he loved his training. And listen, if guys like Barry are saying that, then obviously you've got to take that as he's a fantastic. I know, seen that.
To be fair, what I will say, mate, is I've known him to be caught worse than that, mate. To be honest with you, so the man will probably take that.
Three teams he's just paid for. He's getting none now.
Nicky, that's paying for his Iron Bruno with that money, man.
That's his next month's load of supply, mate.
No, I think Gordon Strachan for Celtic was phenomenal, mate. And I don't want to say it wasn't an average team, but compared to some of the teams in the past, he's didn't get as much money as guys like Ange have had and Rodgers have had. It was guys from Scotland like Hartley, Robson, McDonald, guys like that had two, I think, but managed with academy, and Caldwell was Scottish. So guys running about Scotland and guys for £1 million and 800 grand and loan fees, he didn't pay massive amounts of money. So he was a fantastic coach, obviously, to get them to where he got them for the last 16s and stuff like that. So, because I kind of thought, Baz, I just spoke to my dad about this today. I know I was talking to you today, and he was like asking him about obviously the training and stuff. And he says, or I thought as well, maybe it's just like shape and set pieces and stuff. But obviously, like you're saying, obviously it was basically just like a club session with Stratton.
It was shape, but it was 11v11, so it was full-size park. It was still like, and he would let it go, whereas managers nowadays, they shape, but it won't be competitive, if you know what I mean. He'll let something happen and then stop it. But Stratton's shape was playing in your shape, but letting it go as if it was like a normal match. And obviously, it's 11v11, you're playing to play for your country, so you're no messed up, you're gone for it kind of thing. And the only way you're stopping is if the manager steps in to put a point across. But he used to let it go, and it got to the point where you're like, I've played probably 30, 40-minute game here. So it was really, really hard. Even the warm-ups were, some warm-ups now where you go with a fitness coach and you do what, he used to take the warm-ups himself, Stratton, and he used to love joining in as well, but the warm-ups were intense. It was mainly like wee technical drills that he loved because he was a technical player as well. But it was like, you were running from one end to the other to do these drills, and it was like short, sharp, but intense as well. So even the warm-ups were hard, but I'm sure if you asked most of that Scotland team that played under him, they would say they were shattered from his training.
What was he? Was he one of the top managers that you played under, Baz?
100%. I still speak to him now and again. He still texts me every now and again if a game's on telly and I've done well. He'll message me. So as a person as well, he was brilliant for me. I don't know how he took a shine to me so much, but I just remember the one international break in the summer we were playing Croatia away from home. I wasn't in the actual squad at first, and then I don't know who it was. It got injured. Somebody got injured, and I got called up, and we had about a week's training before the Croatia game away. And obviously, I'd gone there, but I never thought, like, not 1 minute did I think, I've not been called to the original squad, so I'm not going to play. I just trained the way I would normally train every day anyway. Tried to do my best, and I started the game in Croatia, and we won away from home. James Morrison was the captain. I think Griff might have scored, and Snoddy maybe. I think we won 2-1 away in Croatia, which was a massive result. And I remember from that day on, he used me as like he basically said after that, like, this is the type of boys I want. He wasn't in the original squad, could have came just kind of cruised through, basically. He gave everything he started and played a big part in the game. So I want you all to have that kind of the way he's been in this trip. So he was brilliant for me, but manager, I thought he was brilliant. I think we were unlucky with the groups that we get put into back then, because we never had this Nations League where you get a chance to play against teams who are in the same rankings. We get 2 or 3 teams that were above us in the rankings and quite strong nations in the campaigns I was there. And we very nearly done it one day. I think we needed to beat Slovenia or Slovakia away, and we drew 2 each, but we only needed to beat them. We were through. So he was very unlucky, but for me, in my career, not just Scotland, he's definitely right up there. I is one of the best coach, not just managers, as coach as well. Like, and knowing the game, he was brilliant.
What did you think of him as a manager, Ryan? Did you see that side to him that Baz has told us about? Because I'm sitting here quite surprised at the moment, because I never really looked at it that way. Although he was successful. However, when somebody like Baz gives you an insight as to a better idea of what he was dealing with on a day-to-day basis when he was there with him, it kind of opens your eyes to a bit more, mate. So what's your thoughts on it?
No, I loved him, especially at Celtic, mate. I loved him. And at Scotland, I thought maybe take away the Steve Clarke team now, it's the closest I thought we kind of close to doing anything really with Scotland. Like that group of players that Baz played with, it was like guys like Tierney, McGregor, Griffiths, they sort of guys, they were, but even Scott Brown, that's when the Celtic guys were playing really well, and there was a big media heist to get them playing every week because they're doing well with, and I'm sure it was under Rodgers as well. I'm sure it was no Baz. Was that when Celtic were with Rodgers?
Like Stuart Armstrong's and Cal McGregor, basically just they were coming away and missing out. Stuart got in when I was there eventually. Cal never really got in when I was there. Griff was playing, Bruni, Charlie Mulgrew. Tierney got in, Tierney. That was it, really, Celtic-wise. But Stuart Armstrong's and Cal McGregor never really ever played when I was there. But Stuart Armstrong was in at the end of my time there. The England game, obviously, at Hampden when Griffiths got the 2 free kicks.
For me, JP, I loved him as a man at Celtic and at Scotland. Like I said, him and Steve Clarke's probably 2. It's felt like maybe a club type of scenario. Because obviously here down south, even guys like Gary Neville, I actually watched an interview with him and Phil Walcott last night, and Neville was saying when I was there, it was all United, Arsenal. They were all kind of cliques and all split in that. Maybe one reason why they failed, who knows? But I think when you go to your national, you've got to be together, because I think if you're together after the park and on the park, it's going to help you. But no, I love Stratton, JP. That's one thing us as fans, we don't get. Somebody could have this big bravado on the park and whatever else that we don't know in the media. We can't see all stuff like that. We just think, he's cocky, or he's this, or he's that. But I guarantee you, after the park, he's probably the nicest guy on the planet. So us as fans, we only react to what we see. Unless you speak to guys like Baz and all the guys we've spoken to on here, you get a bit of an insight of what it's like after the park and stuff like that. And guys like for guys at Celtic, even players, he seems a bit so and so. But then after the park, I guarantee Scott Brown, people think he's a hard man, he's this and that. But you speak to anybody who knows him, he's got a heart of gold, he's the nicest guy after the park, and he's brilliant. So it just shows you that when you're playing football, you're ready to win. You're not ready to make pals. You're ready to win and work hard and have a strong mentality. But after the park, that's you. That's your character. I think, Baz, you might tell us more, mate, but I think you've got to have a certain character on the park to win games, and then after the park to just have your normal life.
Of course, there's loads of people that I've came across in football. I was like that with Alan Hutton, and then I ended up sitting next to Hutts for years in Aston Villa changing room. One of my closest mates he was. I used to think about that when I used to watch him at Rangers and that. I used to thought, not sure about him. But then after park, when I came to Aston Villa, one of the nicest guys I've met. And you get that way, footballers, it's like they need to act a certain way on the park for to bring the best out of them on the park. Rooney being the prime example. He's night and day for what he's like on the park to what he is after the park. So serious on the park, even in the tunnel. When you get him after the park, he's like a wee boy, up for a laugh, messing about, dead like no soft, but no like goes for that hard man kind of to like just bubbly and want to have a laugh. But like you touched on there perfectly, you need to act a certain way on that park. People are different to get the best out of them, and that's what they think helps them when they're on the park. And to be fair, the two people I've used there, and Alan Hutton and Scott Brown, are great examples because the careers they've had have been brilliant.
Testing your wee knowledge here, mate. The 2 each game at Hampden, the last time we played them up here. Can you remember what Scotland team started that game?
Who, me?
No, Baz.
All right.
I was on the would it have been Griggsy?
No, it wasn't Griggsy, no.
Marsh?
No, it wasn't Marsh.
Craigie Gordon?
It was Big Craig, aye.
I'll go...
The team, see the actual team, I'm sitting here flabbergasted, but that's the team that got fielded again, especially with yourself sitting on the bench.
Was it Hutton right back?
No.
Ketchianya?
He was right wing back. So the shape I've got in front of me here is like a 3-5-2. Oh, sorry, 3-4-2-1. That makes sense.
So it'll be Ketch and Andy Roberts as the wing back.
They two were right and left, aye.
I'm going to go Grant Hanley.
Wasn't he Grant? No.
Oh, Christoph Berra played, didn't he?
Big Christoph played right side, aye.
Russell Martin?
No.
Charlie would have played in the back.
Big Charlie right through the middle, aye.
Charlie Berra.
I would never have remembered this. And Ryan, I'm going to ask you the England team in a minute, mate, so just get yourself ready, mate.
Who would their centre half have been? They've been Bruni in the middle, Morrison.
It was Morrison and Bruni, aye. So you've got the kind of midfield now. So you've got Akechi Anya, Bruni, Morrison, and Robertson.
And then
so you've still got one defender ahead of them in midfield, aye.
So what's ahead of the midfield? 3?
2 and then 1.
2 and 1. Stuart Armstrong.
He was one of them, aye.
James MacArthur. No. Griffiths and Snoddy.
Well done, mate, aye. You've got one defender you've not said.
Right. No Russell, no Grant.
Centre back, Scott.
I'll give you a clue, he's still in the national team now.
Kieran Tierney?
It is Kieran Tierney, aye.
Did he play centre back?
He played, well, it was a kind of back three, so Berra to this, what I'm seeing in front of me here, is Berra to the right, Migmore in the middle, and Tierney at the left. In front of that, you've got Nketiah Anya, James Morrison, Bruni, and Andy Robertson. In front of them, you've got Snoddy at the right and Stuart Armstrong in the left, and then you've got Griff through the middle. Right, Ryan, I want you to try and give me the England team, mate. Bearing in mind, this was
at 2016, 17?
10th of June 2017, yeah.
Heart and goals.
Aye. Celtic goalie, yep.
Kyle Walker right back.
Yep.
It wasn't Han Maguire, wasn't it? No.
Nope.
Maguire wasn't playing then.
Too early, I think that's too early for big Maguire.
Jagielka?
No.
Centre backs for England.
Again, I would never have thought. Do you know, Baz? Have you got a rough idea?
Left back. Who was left back for England? Obviously, Harry Kane is up front.
Yeah.
Middle of the park.
The midfield, I know, man. I'm really shocked at the midfield there, man. I really am.
2017. Was Walcott playing?
No.
Was the centre back one of the centre backs Gary Cahill?
Yes.
Gary Cahill, well. Gary Cahill.
By the way, this isn't for everybody watching. This isn't an actual quiz. We've got a wee quiz at the end of this as well. I just thought I'd add this in just for a wee bit of knowledge.
England. Michael Carrick.
Nope.
Did the Ox play?
Who's
Chamberlain.
No.
He did that. Do you look half a bench though?
I'll see if he's on the bench. I don't.
I'm sure he played. He did play some part, I'm sure.
He did come on,
aye. Wingers. Jesus Christ.
Did Ross Barkley play?
No.
Dele Alli was in it, wasn't he? He played.
Dele Alli played, aye. He's there, right.
Was John Terry playing then?
No. The other defenders, no John Terry, no.
Tyrone Mings.
No, it's not big Tyrone, mate, no. You've nearly been everybody, man. You've not said him.
Michael Dawson?
No.
No, it would have been too late, wouldn't it?
I'll give you want me to tell you you're a centre back? Obviously, you've still to get a left back.
Oh, was it? No, what's his name? What's his name?
I would never have picked this England team to face us. I would never have.
I don't know if he was playing. I don't know if he was playing midfield or no. What's his name? He's just been bombed out of Spurs. Dyer.
He's Eric there. Dyer. Right. Yep, he's there. He's one of the sitting midfielders.
He went. No, it'd have been too late.
I've given you a clue now.
It'd have been too late for him at left back.
So you've got Kyle Walker, Joe Hart, Gary Cahill, Eric Dyer. Baz said Dele Alli. You've got Harry Kane. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions still to get.
England. Danny Drinkwater?
No. As Ryan's just thinking about that, Baz. Again, when you play with Scotland, mate, then you come up against these really, really top players, mate. You're obviously based in England, mate. Some of the guys, was that the sort of first time you'd come up against the boys and like ever playing against any of the players? Because I mean, quite a lot of them there are like say Harry Kane, Dele Alli, even at
Jordan
that time,
Henderson.
There's a big no.
No, I'd played against most of them and actually played with some of them. I played with Gary Cahill,
Right.
Kyle Walker at Aston Villa, and then the rest I'd played against at some point early on in my career.
I forgot he was there. Kyle Walker, I forgot he was there, right?
On loan at Villa with me, for Spurs originally.
Wow.
So I played with him, but I knew they were good, obviously, but I remember that day watching that we were more than a match for them that day. We're very unlucky, to be honest, to not come away with all 3 points. But it just showed you there wasn't a massive gulf that day. Scotland were brilliant. I'm trying to think, it's annoying me. Was the left back Danny Rose?
No. Was it really warm or no, mate? 'Cause I remember the sun blistering.
Boiling.
Aye.
It was boiling.
Do you
Really
think they were surprised at how good we were?
I
know
think
there's
so.
always a natural, there's always a natural buzz for the game. Obviously, we've got one coming next Tuesday night, but there's always a natural buzz for the games. But do you think they've maybe took as lightly as well in terms of their prep getting into it?
I think they could never take us lightly because of what was at stake. Do you know what I mean? With the enemies, really.
Yeah.
I think they would have been quite a wee bit surprised with how good certain players for Scotland were, and by the time that it's hard to then react in again because it's hard to turn games round, momentum shifts and that. But
Aye.
they would have been like, oh, and they actually expect Scott Browns or people like that. Do you know what I mean? Andy Robertsons to be that good. Even Akechianya, he was flying for Scotland at that time.
Yeah.
I think he was at Watford or Derby, one of the two, but he wasn't playing Premier League football, I don't think, when he was playing against England, but he was one of Scotland's best informed players going into that game. He had pace, energy. So I remember him he was basically a outball that day with his pace and that. He'd done really well. So even people like that, where they would have knew him, but wouldn't they have done their own work on him and would have got caught with his pace a few times. So things like that.
Stuart Armstrong's a good outball for us that day as well.
He was a ball carrier. He got us up the park.
Did Fingway play then? Come off the bench, Ricky Lambert?
Ricky Lambert. No.
Was Milner playing?
No.
Adam Lallana?
Lallana was there, right? He's one of the midfielders.
Who else in the middle of the park?
Wilshere play?
No.
I remember him and Rooney having a go at each other in one of the
It might have been before that then, because I don't think Wilshere's even. No, he's not even on the bench for them.
Pat Keed, I think.
I can't remember now. He's gone.
Who's the left back, JP?
Bertrand.
Was it?
Aye. There's another big centre back. You something said, I know.
Gary Cahill.
A few people in the comments were saying like Shaw and Baines and stuff. It's none of them.
Centre back. John Stones.
No, it's not him. You've got another. So Bertrand was elect. So you've got Joe Hart, Kyle Walker, Gary Cahill, Ryan Bertrand. Aye, Big Mike Smalling, mate. That's your other one. Aye, Big Mike. So that's your back four: Bertrand, Cahill, Smalling, Walker. So you've got Eric Dyer, Adam Lallana, and Dele Alli and Harry Kane. You've still got another 2 players to get.
Is it wingers then, or midfielders? That
one's a midfielder, one's a wide player. But it doesn't look like they're playing that there. So England set up a 4-2-3-1 against us that day, according to this here.
Midfielders.
I remember I've got to say as well, Baz, I know you were obviously there, mate, but for anybody that, say what they want about Lee Griffiths, his 2 free kicks are probably
phenomenal.
Probably the best 2 free kicks I've ever seen, and obviously big head and shoulders. He was nowhere near a 2 of them, man. He was to date to him once, and then to date to him a second time and rank fit him twice was just, it was unbelievable.
Did Rooney play?
No. The midfielder, the one that they've got in the other centre mid next to Eric Dyer here, I would never have guessed him in a month of Sundays. I really would. I don't even remember him playing, even still. I remember watching the game.
Who's still playing the new?
Sterling?
No, he's on the bench.
Rashford
was one of the wide players. Aye, he's the other wide player. And there's one man midfielder.
6 years ago.
There was one man wide. There's one man midfielder. He's having to say. A few people in the comments have said it.
I don't know. I'm out.
Okay.
Dyer and
Even Joe Hart, that was only 6 years ago. He's last played for England, you know what I mean? It's
I know.
Fabian Delph.
No.
Don't know,
No.
mate.
The boy Livermore.
Did he? Aye.
He played midfield with Eric Dyer, mate. Yep.
No, I would never have got that.
I'd never have got that either. Like if somebody was asking me that in a pub quiz or a quiz or anything, I'd never get that because
No, 6 years ago.
No, because they had a lot. I mean, look at the bench. I mean, you've got guys like Jermaine Defoe, Raheem Sterling,
How is Sterling?
Kieran Trippier, Fraser Foster, Jesse Lingard, Gibson,
Bench is better than
John
half of the guys that
Stones,
started.
Phil Jones, the boy Cresswell, and then I've got another 2 goalies. The boy Heaton.
Aye, Heaton,
And then obviously Big Butterfingers, Fairwater. He was on their bench and all that day.
What, Butland?
Aye.
Is he?
Aye. He's on the squad and all. Can you obviously yourself, boys, but can you name the other guys that was on the bench for yourself that day?
James McArthur would have been on the bench, wouldn't he?
He's there, right. He's there.
Charlie Adam.
No, he's not there.
Fletcher.
Dan Fletcher's there, right.
Was Stephen Fletcher or Chrissy Martin on the bench?
Chrissy Martin's there, right. So you've got MacArthur, Chrissy Martin, they're the top 2.
Was Patterson on the bench?
No.
Dorrans?
No, he's not even there, no. My God, man, there's another goalkeeper there I'd never have said to him either on a month of Sundays, man. And another defender there I would never have thought. I never knew he was in that squad.
Was Matt Gilks on it?
No, he's not there.
Goalkeeper.
You've said the players think that they were in the starting lineup though, so I will give them. So obviously you said them, like say Russell Martin, he's on the bench.
Was McGregor on the bench?
Marsh, no, McGregor's not there. Callum isn't there, Brian.
Marsh. Was Hudson?
No, he's not there. No.
Grant Hanley.
James Forrest.
James Forrest there, Ryan. Aye. Grant Hanley wasn't there. No, Buzz.
Cal Mack.
No, he's not there. Must have
Was
just been before him.
McGinn there?
No, John McGinn's not there either. No.
Naismith.
Aye.
Stephen Naismith's there. Aye. So so far you've got McCarthy, Chris Martin, Marsh, Naismith, yourself, Buzz, Dan Fletcher, James Forrest, Russell Martin. So you've got a couple still to get. You've got 1, 2,
Matt
3, 4 still to get.
Matt Phillip.
No, he's not there. No.
Van Christie.
No, he's not there. It's before him and all right.
Tom Kearney.
Aye, he's there, mate. Aye.
That's a good shout, that's a good shout.
Well done, great shout. Again, I don't understand why he's not had more game time with Scotland. I really don't. It really baffles me. I think he's a superb player.
She still a captain of Fulham?
Aye.
Very good player. No, it's after Commons, Danny. Danny in the comments says Commons. No, it's after Chris Commons.
Somebody said Ryan Fraser.
Aye, Ryan Fraser's there, aye.
Matt Ritchie.
No, Matt's not there.
No, let us know.
Ryan Fraser was one you didn't get, and I'd never have known this boy was there. The boy Hamilton, the goalkeeper.
Jack Hamilton.
And the goalie. Never have said he was there.
No.
And the other defender that was there was Mark Reynolds.
Oh shit, aye.
Oh.
Never have known he was. I thought I didn't think he got a game of Subbuteo with Scotland, let alone get in any Scotland camps. And by the way, if you're watching this, Mark, that's no anything to do with your footballing ability, mate. I just didn't think you were one of the sort of main selectees for the squad. Aye, so there you go. That was that Scotland team there. Right, on to the 2018 team now. What I want you to look your faces there.
I'm going to make you tea.
Right, lads, so like I did say, obviously these camps are a bit different, and as we know, the training can be intense, it can be just like club level, and I think the modern feel now, Ryan, is they try and get it to feel like club football, which is probably why, especially with a Scotland team, you've probably seen Steve Clarke select the same group of people constantly. I have this conversation with my dad quite regularly, and I'm asking him, like, why is this guy not playing? And like say before, I was asking for Lawrence Shankland to come in to give us a different type of option in terms of getting goals, etc. And my dad kind of hit the nail on the head, and he says, I think he's trying to stay a bit more loyal to the guys that have brought me success of getting to the last Euros, and that worked from then. But when you've got other guys, Ryan, I think it's a bit unfair, mate, when you've got other guys that are blatantly on form and they're just continued to be overlooked, mate.
Aye, like I says, mate, there's guys who are playing every week down south and up here who should be getting game time and they're not. But again, the manager's obviously, I don't think the manager's going out to every stadium. Obviously, he's got a team to do it, but there's guys, like, I know he's here, but guys like Baza playing the Championship, there's other guys playing the Championship, there's guys even playing with Celtic who are not getting picked for the rest squad, Turnbull, and he's so, again, it's obviously due to the manager's preference, but I think some guys, for me, JP, just looking for the outset, I think once you're in these squads now, unless you do something ridiculous or you're really off form, I think you're always going to get picked. I think once you're in that sort of campaign or in that sort of squad, I think you're going to get picked now. Like you say, there's guys who you've never heard of. I think Guy Brown, if he's still with Hull, never heard of him, and then he's in the squad, but he's hard playing.
Is it
Jacob Brown? There's guy again. This is just me picking names out that I've never really heard of. Don't kick a ball. There's guys, even with Stuart Armstrong was playing in the Premier League. Yeah, he was on the bench for Scotland, and you're thinking he's playing every week in the Premier League at highest level. Surely you've got to get these guys. I know you've got to fit formations, and I just think you've got to play the guys as much as the guys who might not be in form, might be still, like even guys like Tierney, right? I'm always a big advocate for you playing your best players, but if Tierney's no kicked the ball, and there's guys who are, like, I know me mentioned Greg Taylor last year. Taylor was flying last year and could hardly get in for Scotland, but yet there's guys on the bench for their teams and playing for Scotland. But like I says, mate, I'm going to manager, but I do feel that there's guys who are playing at the top level, playing every week, and there's guys who are in and out teams. Just for talk's sake, like Ryan Jack at Rangers. He's obviously play for Rangers, mate. You've got to be a good player. I know we say they're no good, and I don't think they're that great, right? But to play that level, you've got to be good. He's not really playing. When he plays for Scotland, but there's guys like Stuart Armstrong, middle of the park. There's guys who are playing every week for their teams at the highest level and no playing. There's guys like Baz and Championship. There's other guys who are in Championship and Premier League's no getting. But I just want the best players playing for Scotland, JP.
Yeah.
Sometimes a fan, I know you can't criticise too much because of what they're doing. You just think some of the guys who are no playing should be playing, and some of the guys who are on the bench and getting call-ups only. But that's just me as a fan, JP. I don't know how you feel, mate, but that's just me as a fan.
Yeah, no, listen, mate, I totally get you. I can understand sometimes your frustrations, mate, because, like say, there's been Scotland teams came up, and I know he's sitting here ways, but I'll just be honest and say it. There's been Scotland teams came up, and Baz he's not been selected before, and I'm looking down about me, going, what the hell's going on? Like, surely himself and Baz has got to be a better option than some of these guys. Some of these guys want to get a game of 5-a-side with you, and I've not been in that. I know they're all playing football and they're all, but what are they doing in football? You know, like, I think some of them just. And Baz, you'll probably be able to answer that more honestly yourself. When it comes to international football, does it seem that, you know, sometimes the manager picks a select few and he just will only look elsewhere? Does that sort of creep into international football? Like, I don't want to say favours people over people, but in that sense that, you know, he's fear to maybe change in case maybe it blows up in his face, or because in my opinion, mate, international football, the way I understand international football is it's the players who are on form that go and play for, that should be going and playing for their country. Not the guys that, I mean, years ago, under Craig Brown, Colin Hendry was hardly playing with his club team, and he would always be picked for Scotland. Regardless of who Scotland were playing the next day or the next week, he's always one of the first names in the team sheet. And in my opinion, mate, it just, things like that shouldn't be happening.
I think international football now is going down the road of being more like club football. So you'll get a group, and that group won't really change unless somebody's doing something unbelievable, like take the boy in this squad. I know he's pulled out the boy Elliot Anderson at Newcastle, coming on for Newcastle, who realistically are probably looked at as top 6 in England at the minute. The boy's coming on every game for them. So if he's got a chance of playing for Scotland, you've got to be in the squad, for me personally. So people like that, then it's hard to turn a blind eye to them. You've got to, because you're getting it at all ends to get people like that in the squad. But apart from that, I think because it's going down more of a club route, I think you'll get the same near enough squad selected unless somebody's doing an unbelievable job somewhere in a top division, i.e. Premier League, or somebody breaks through at Celtic and Rangers and doing really well there. I think unless that happens, the manager's happy picking the squads that he's picked previous, because he knows they've done the job for him, which is fine. Like, that's the way it is. Like, if somebody, you can't really argue with the Scotland squads at the minute, if I'm being honest, because they've been brilliant, and a manager obviously wants people who he knows are going to go through brick walls for him, knows are going to do really well for him, done really well for him in the past.
Yeah.
So then phone that boy up and say, I'm not going to call you up to this squad because you're not playing. But I've heard something unbelievable the other day about Scott McTominay might not start these games, and I was thinking, what for? And I hear people saying he's not playing at Man U, and I'm like, but Man U are one of the biggest teams in the world. Like, there's Casemiro playing before him. There's a reason. He's the top goal scorer for Scotland in the groups. He might be the top goal scorer in the actual tournament as it stands at the minute. And I was seeing somebody saying that they wouldn't start him because Billy Gilmore's playing at Brighton now, and he's not played recently for Scotland, so Scott McTominay might have to come out. But there's all different reasons. I think McTominay, I've made it quite open on here that he's a top player and he's at Man United for a reason. He's played over 100 games for Man United. He must be good. So when you've got people like that, if they're not playing at their club, I still think you've got to play him because he's your best player, or one of your best players, and playing for one of the best clubs in the world. Same thing with Kieran Tierney. If he wasn't playing, you've got to fit him into your Scotland team because he's one of your best players. So I know people will look at that and think that's wrong because people are playing well at clubs, at different clubs, and they should maybe be getting a start. But I just think the people at the big clubs, no disrespect to the other clubs, but the people at the big clubs, at your Man U's and your Arsenals and people like that, if they're Scottish and they're at them clubs, they've got to play for the national team.
I know, I can understand that argument as well, Baz, and that sort of thought process. I know what you're saying about McTominay and lads like Gilmore and stuff, but doesn't quite fit the mould with, like, say, Colin Hendry, because in my opinion, mate, the guy would struggle to get a game of Kirby wiggy. So I don't even, because I remember watching him playing football for years, and I couldn't wait till the programme finished, to be honest with you, mate, because it wasn't the best eye candy. And obviously, just before we go into the quiz, just letting everybody see what the modern day eye candy is nowadays. It's this man here. There he is. Nice wee bit of double denim with a few folks, and a nice wee pair of, like I say, I don't even know, but you've got to tell us, Ryan, where you get these shoes, man. That is unreal, by the way.
By the way, have you seen the range in Primark now? It's no Primark anymore. It's Prada Mark, by the way. Brilliant, man. Navy green techers are fantastic, man. But before we do the quiz, I'd obviously back to touch on something you, JP, and obviously Baz can answer as well. Obviously, for the game on Sunday, obviously it was on Monday, but obviously I've kind of watched a bit more of the game and highlights and just sampled a bit of what's kind of happened after. Do you know who feel, JP, that obviously under Ange it was all gung-ho and attacking and we did defend decent now and again. But do you think maybe under Rodgers, for just on that game for Sunday, JP, do you know think that he's kind of trying to build a strong mentality? No, I'm not saying like big warriors or going to war or anything like that, but defensive-wise, we were, even though we did do a bit of defending, by that was due to us making mistakes and not doing the right things under pressure. I thought we defended really well and the shape was really good. And I don't know what you think, mate, but I do think that, do you think, for me anyway, I think Rodgers is trying to build a mentality that for the European side, that when you defend, you might need to defend, but as long as you defend well, it'll help you. Because I just think everybody was throwing their body on the line, Lagerbielke, even Scales, Johnston, they were all throwing their body in front of it. So I don't know what you feel, mate, but I just seen a different attitude defensively. Even when we lost the goal, and the goal, obviously it didn't happen because of the foul, but even when we lost that, it was just get the ball right, we go again, and it just looked a different Celtic team defensively. I don't know what you feel, JP, but I just seen that for that side. I just seen it was a bit, I don't know if it's a stronger mentality he's trying to build with the squad, but instead of just go all attack, he's trying to focus more defensively. If you defend from the front, if you get the defence right, then you can go and attack even better.
I know. I had a conversation the other night with one of my mates, and I says I think we had a wee glimpse on Sunday of the way maybe Brendan's looking to set up in Europe, the way Celtic are potentially going to play this season in the Champions League. Me and Baz spoke the other night. I don't know if you've seen the wee bit. We'll talk about Yang and Ralston, the way they played out, the way they were calm. I think that's what he's trying to do throughout the squad. I think he's obviously setting up, small-sided elements in training that it's pressure force, so therefore it's going to, they're going to have to play out for there. If they're triggered between 3, what they're going to do, they're going to panic, lump the ball, or they're going to try and play out. And I think on Sunday you've seen them being able to do it and doing it with confidence and doing it as if this is what we're doing every day. We believe in what we're doing. Again, it's a bit similar to the way when they brought into Ange. It showed you on Sunday that they're capable of doing it, and I did say I think that we saw a wee insight as to how Celtic are maybe going to play, because you've got to remember Rodgers probably had to learn a different management style when he was here before, because you can't play with Celtic the way he played with Celtic, like we spoke about, Ryan, when he went away to PSG, Barcelona. He played with 2 wingers. He's had to learn a different style of management when he was a Leicester manager, because I'm afraid, mate, he's not the biggest fish in that pond. So he's then had to learn a different style, and they've got to be more resilient after the ball, because a Leicester team I know his Leicester team played really, really well and played a lot of really nice football and stuff and were very successful. But a lot of the times, especially up against teams like Liverpool and your Man Cities and stuff, they didn't have the ball for a lot of the time. So they were working hard, they were shifting across, they were making it hard for the opposition. And they always get good results against the bigger sides. I mean, they beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final. And again, these teams have got top players in their team that spend a lot of money in wages, a lot of money in, transfer fees. And again, just being able to fish for a bigger pond than what we do. So I really do think Sunday was a big eye-opener, Ryan, as to answer your question. I think we're going to see a more tactically aware Brendan Rodgers Celtic team now, and that they're not going to be pure gung-ho, and they'll attack with the speed and the power that Brendan spoke about, but they'll do it in moderation and do it when they're ready to do it. You maybe see them play differently at Celtic Park, but the first one, they've got a great chance, in my opinion, to go away to Feyenoord. I know Feyenoord are a good side, right? I know they're a very good side. They took 7 off that Shakhtar team that we couldn't beat last season. And albeit people are saying, I mean, Shakhtar hadn't played football in weeks and months. You know, they'd had a break, but
still an experienced core team, though.
Still an experienced core team under a very, very well sought after manager not so long ago there. I mean, Tottenham tried to get Arne Slot before they moved for Bannan, so make no bones about it, mate. They'll be decent. They'll be a decent side, but I do think you'll see a Celtic team, mate, that will go there and not be silly, but obviously look to try and keep the ball and maybe do what they've done at Ibrox and frustrate the home crowd for a period of time, but also knowing that you've got that quality, an element of a spark in your own team, mate, because that's what we've got now. And obviously Baz gave us a wee bit of a lowdown on the boy Bernardo the other night as well. He's supposed to be the real deal. So, and you've got lads like Home and stuff still finding their feet, still trying to get into the flow. So I do think this time it'll be more tactical based and it'll be more a wee bit more savvy about it this time and a wee bit more about us. Baz, what's your thoughts here, mate, on that?
I think Ryan's spot on. There's going to be times where you need to suffer, and they suffered at Ibrox Sunday most of the second half, as in territory-wise and possession-wise. But like we spoke about us, as we were set up to hit teams on the counter, especially for Europe. And you've seen that in the second half. And Sunday, the chances in the second half fell to us, the best ones again, because we never had the ball. We've still got that pace and quality, even though we're sitting in a low block, to create chances. And I think that was evident in Sunday, the second half. Up until the last pass, I think Celtic could have nicked another 2 or 3 goals in that second half. So we touched on it as well, but especially now as well, even more so with Phillips, Lager, Bielke, Scales, you get Cat. It could be the fray. Even more so now with Lager, Bielke, Naroki, Phillips and Carter Vickers, if you're excluding Scales, even after how well he done that. But they all came here to play, them boys. We spent big fees in Naroki and Lager, Bielke. You get Nat Phillips coming for Liverpool. You get Carter Vickers, who's just... That's 4 centre-halves, so it could be, and Rodgers is thinking already, that we go out there in the first game of that Champions League group and it's a 5, and you go with probably Maeda and Kyogo as the front 2 or whatever it may be. But no, I think second half they showed that even people like, I know you said Matt O'Reilly fell in last season for McGregor and very good at timing of the tackles, but I've never seen him get stuck in the way he did in that second half. And even the first half, he was putting tackles in it. And that's a different Matt O'Reilly for me that I've seen before. And I've touched on it before in here. I thought Maeda was Maeda just everywhere again. I know that listen to open goal and they hit the nail in the head with Rangers to break Celtic is pressed. Celtic pressed is a 4-4-2. The out ball was to Tavernier or the other wing back or the other full back. But when it was going to Tavernier, they were beating the press. But he's that hard working, and that the press was then no broken 2 seconds afterwards because he's back and he's making them go back again. So I think you need to see Mary that side in the Champions League. And I think, like you touched on, with being at Leicester and being a small fish in a big pond, I think he's used to it now, and he's got that side to him now, and he's got that tactical awareness that he can resort to that when needed, and probably in the Champions League. And like you've seen in Sunday in the second half, you are going to have to suffer at times and go to that tactical side of it.
Can see on my other JP, like, I know me and you have said, and I know it might sound silly saying he's not technically the best, but some of his decision making, you're thinking. But me and Mulman were talking during the game. He's doing something technically terrible, but then he's doing something that's priceless. Is what he does, blocking this, tackling this, and he's frustrating because you know he's got a good bit of technical ability. Some of his goals he scored have been technically good, but I think what I'm impressed with JP is and it's one reason why he's probably going to play a lot of games still with Celtic is it's his work rate off the ball, and it's priceless, mate. It's 3-4 minutes to the end. He's still chasing Tavernier, still hunting him down. And that's phenomenal, mate. Like, I know football players are fit, but that's phenomenal. And not just it's adrenaline in that game as well. That game is different from just a normal game. It's adrenaline and the fans and the atmosphere, and still to go gung ho, 5-10 minutes to go, and still to be defending the last few minutes of the game. And I think that will help you in Europe, like JP says, Baz says. Sorry, if you do go at a 3 back and we are 2 wing backs, he'll help that, and also he'll help defend. So if you do play him a full back, or if you do play him up front, he'll defend for the front, and he'll let Kyogo just kind of mop about, and he'll do his work for him, knowing that if he gets the ball to him, he'll score. So I think, and obviously they've had a big meltdown for Croatia Road, but we've said for Det Dot that you're going to need to be very, very good to beat a Celtic team. I know there's been a few people said they're average and this and that. You don't be average, mate, winning 5 out of 7 trebles at 7 years, 11 out of 12 leagues, and that's not an average team, mate. It's not just the ability-wise, it's up there, mate. Like I said to you, guys like McGregor and Scott Brown in the past, to turn out every day, to go and want to win the same trophy, the same league, play the same teams, to get up and do that every day, mate. That's a strong mentality, and the mentality of Croatia Road, it's, again, I would never say a football player's got a bad mentality, mate, but the way it seems, it's just a losing mentality, mate. That's the way it seems. And if you keep, I said during pre-season, JP, if you keep the same players all the time, you're going to keep failing. If you keep having Jack and Lundstrom and Tavernier and the guys who have no won you anything, something's got to change. Like I said to you, when Liverpool won the league, they didn't change their team, and then they get absolutely horsed in the league because they stay still. Celtic every season are evolving. They're signing better players, quicker players, fitter players,
younger players.
But guys who are suiting the model of the team. They're signing characters. Rangers are just signing, when it looks at it, again, I'm not behind the scenes, I don't know. Just guys who maybe, right, good fee, get him in, he's foreign, he's played in Europe, right, get him in. But you need to sign guys to fit your system and fit the mould of the club and the culture of the club, and we're doing that to a T. And I think there's this big surprise about Rangers, and we've said, JP, it's not a surprise to us. Like,
we've predicted it. We've sat on here and says that was this. The 3 years have even sat on here and says that this was going to happen.
You've got to fit which to your model. And I know people like us as well. You have got to break your model sometimes, and I hope we do it eventually by signing another Edward or whatever. But if it is working, JP, you've got to say it until it's not working. Like, obviously, the Tennessee didn't happen. That didn't work. We changed it. We got Anjan, and actually, the last wee bit, I know I'm going here, going to the quiz, mate.
That's because you won on Monday, mate, wasn't it?
A guy said, our scoreboard phoned in, Rangers fan, he's like, he says, it pains me. He was talking to Kenny Miller. He says, they've got a top manager. He says, it pains me. He says, we had Gerrard. He went, what did he win? 1 league. We've got Michael Beale. What has he won? He went with Giovanni Branconcross. What did he win? He says they've got Ange. He says even Lennon. He might not be a top manager, but he still won trophies. So again, mate, I think over the next few weeks they'll need to do a big revamp in terms of what they're doing, because I think it's like using Baz says during the week here, Monday, Celtic's going to get better and better and better, and I think that's a scary thought for Scottish football, mate.
See when the guy phoned in and said that about like Gio, did you phone up and go, I was there that day with Big JP. We were in the Bannan Galleries when he won the Lego shop competition.
His wee Pepper Pig toy, wasn't it?
His wee Pepper Pig toys and his
walkie-talkie.
His wee Paw Patrol walkie-talkies,
aye. And I think Roy Mackay still trying to get his signal back for his.
Aye, Roy Mackay, lost the aerial, didn't he?
Aye, lost the aerial, aye.
Absolutely murdered, man.
It was the monkeys that took that, and what's it called that in Kenya, wasn't it?
Aye, stopped his aerial off and ran away to the west.
I was funny that, wasn't it? But I had to be there.
Then I told him, kicked a giraffe.
Aye, brilliant. Brilliant.
But, no, as I said, like for some here, up here, by the overall feeling, for some it's a massive surprise to what's happening at one club, and it was a massive surprise to what happened at another club on Sunday as well. So it's not a surprise to us because we've sat on here long enough and we've said it. I know you touched on the open goal, boys, mate. I was sitting watching that myself, going, sounds familiar. I wonder if they've been watching us. They're going to think they're tuning into us. Either that or watching us off 10 show again. Some info somewhere. No, as I say, a lot of good points again tonight, boys. But a wee quiz before we end up tonight as well. I'll start us off with. Right, Ryan, you'll need to put your button away, mate, where you cannot see the.
Yeah, I've switched to the banner, the brand bit.
Okay. So here we go. And same again, guys. But this, obviously, because it's an international break, this quiz is based around Scotland players. Okay, they're not necessarily Celtic players, but they are Scotland players. So that's the theme we've went for with the quiz tonight. So we'll see how the boys got on with that. Feel free again, folks, to put in your comments. I will not put your comments up until. So turn the comments off, Ryan, so you can't see the comments.
Can't see them.
Okay. Feel free to comment away, folks. I will put your comments up if you guess correctly after the boys guess the correct answer. This is a wee bit harder. As I said, my quizzes were too easy for a while there, so I've made it a wee bit more difficult for us tonight. And it's not the one with Wikipedia. It is the one with the scrubbed out faces tonight. So a wee bit more in terms of an action photo. But here we go.
You're at it, man. Yeah, it's like a 90s strip in it. John Collins?
Nope.
It's not necessarily Celtic Scottish, is it?
No, they're not all based around Celtic.
Is that Graham Souness?
No.
Kevin Gallagher?
Good shout, mate, but it's not him.
Paul Dickoff?
No.
Is it Jackie Mack?
It's not, Baz, no.
Oh.
I'll see how the comments are getting on. See if anybody's got it. Nobody's got it as yet. People are guessing away, but nobody's got it as yet.
Simon Donnelly?
No. I will give you a couple of more guesses and then I'll move us on. So I don't want us to take on night with us as well. Some of the names that are flying in are absolutely quality, man. But nobody's got it yet.
For some reason, I've got a midfield in my head.
Is it Craig Burley?
It's not, no, mate. No.
Craig Burley. Paul Lambert?
No.
I should get you to half 10 show. No. Hey, one more guess.
Have you guessed in the now? If somebody thinks it's you, mate. It's definitely no you. I'm not that silly, by the way, for anybody thinking I would actually put Baz in the actual Scotland quiz.
Is it Ali McCoist?
It's not, no.
Derek Johnson?
That's plenty, you. That's absolute plenty,
I don't know, mate.
Plenty.
I'll have one, but Ian Jess.
Oh, great shout, I know, but it's not him.
Did he play with Scotland, aye?
He did play with Scotland, yes. Ian Jess, yeah, he did. What a player he was as well, Ryan.
I loved him, man.
Aberdeen.
Everybody that's guessed so far, I will tell you that none of you have said the correct name. So I am going ahead now. I'm going to put up the player of who this may be. And it is this fine young gentleman here.
Yeah, fucker.
Who's that?
Darren Jackson.
What's that ugly little boy at him, man? Jesus Christ, man.
I actually think, Ryan, that was before his Celtic days there as well. So that's how young
Tell you what,
he
he would suit that double denim suit by the way.
definitely, definitely. He's up at Savoy with you on Saturday, I think, mate. Definitely. He doesn't look like that now, by the way. Me and my dad met him a few years ago at the Celtic Festival, and his head was like Ravanelli.
He's a real silver.
He's
Silver Fox.
Definitely. But we will keep them going. We have another one for you, and here we are here. Question number 2.
Hey, that's Craig Brown's team, and not a Betty Vokes' team.
Mm-hmm.
Who played with Betty Vokes? Saying that, who didn't play with Betty Vokes' team?
Sorry, I do apologise, guys. For the previous one, I misread the comment, and it was indeed Ian McIntosh that got it. He said Darren Jackson. He was the first to comment on it all.
Did McManus play with Betty Vokes? Big Mick?
I'll give you a clue, mate. Guys like Graham Murray played with Betty Vokes, so there's a good chance he was there somewhere.
John Kennedy?
Actually, I think I got a game with Betty Vokes' Scotland team at one point, mate.
John Kennedy, no?
It's not, no.
Tell you what, man, you've not given us any clue about who that could be, man.
That's the whole idea.
Who could that be, man?
If it wasn't, there is a couple of people now have got it in the comments. Obviously, I'm not going to say who that is because the lads are still trying to guess. I wish it wasn't copyrighted because I'd be having a countdown buzzer playing it now.
Kenny Miller?
No.
It's a good shout. Is it?
Kenny Miller's never had green hair.
Oh, Kevin Kyle, is it?
It's no Kevin Kyle, mate, no.
Who else played it back?
Pardon. Guys, Calder.
Well done, Bazza.
Oh, that's a belter, man.
Well done, mate.
Fair play, man. That's a shout.
Well done, Baz.
I never guessed that.
Guys, Calder.
Aye, well done, Baz. Actually, I think you might have been part of that squad, Baz.
I don't know. Who was that against?
I don't know what team that was.
Was that with Betty
That
Vokes?
was.
I think I was 21s then.
Surely that's.
That
So
McLeish?
were you big Rainer Bonhoffen?
I was Billy Stark.
Oh, did you not play under Bonhoff?
Oh, I missed him.
Right, okay.
Can you tell who that is, man?
I'm going to give you this one next. I was going to do it in a wee order, but I think I'll go with this one. Well done to the folks that guessed Gary Caldwell. So we have got people like James Malarkey,
Craig Beattie?
Pork Chop Express. No, it's not Craig, mate. Who else guessed him? Patrick McLaughlin says Caldwell then.
Who's that?
That be Sean Maloney.
It's not, mate, no.
That's a defender as well, isn't it?
As you can see, there is a green thing on the middle because it would have gave away his
Number.
number. Yes.
Is that still Betty Vokes' team, aye?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
It's either his
I
or
just
McLeish's.
googled Scotland images
Right.
from years past, and
I think I know who that is. Is it Stephen Craney?
it's not, mate. No.
No. I can see why, this colour of skin, aye. Quite fair. Tanned. Oh.
Stephen Kenny's never been that tan in his life, unless he went to Magaluf for his holidays.
10-minute sunbed down at Shettleston.
Aye.
Sunshack.
Saying that, you look at colour at half 10 normally, do you know?
I stayed something else. I don't look at tan.
Aye. There's no lamps involved there.
No. No.
He looks as if he's bareheaded.
All right, but he's still looking for an editor and all for his off end show, mate. He might be giving you a shout shortly.
He's on. He looks fair, didn't he?
Aye. Who was...
What was
Oh, he was fair, all right. Aye, he was a fair player, no?
I think I've played with if I think this who it is. Stephen Pearson.
Nope.
Oh.
What an engine he done him, man. Oh, by the way.
I played with him at Derby.
What an engine he done him.
Aye, he was a good player, wasn't he?
So far, nobody's got it.
No, it's not him.
Aye, so far, nobody's got it. Now a couple of guesses each, guys, and then I'm going to move us on. Time's going on as well.
Who else played with that team? Barry Ferguson?
It's not Barry, no. Mr. Barry, don't call me a cheerleader. It's not him.
Don't call me a cheerleader.
Don't come on here and call me a cheerleader. Is that not beat you? Brilliant, man. How am I a cheerleader?
Paul, no, it's not Paul Hartley. He didn't play in. I've not got a clue, mate. I'm out.
People are saying here it's like Dick Dastardly and fair shout, Plunge, but it's not him. Plunge's guess Gary McAllister, and it's not him.
I'm out of this one, I've not got a clue.
How about yourself, Baz? You get any more on your thoughts, mate? I'll give you one more.
Ross Wallace.
Oh, it's a shout, by the way.
Oh, it's not.
That's a shout.
Ross Wallace. Would you like me to unveil the mystery star?
No, mate.
Big Don.
Don Hutchison?
Yep. Mr. Don Hutchison.
Can never go at that, man.
Moving on ever so swiftly.
I wouldn't even know that for his number either. Kenny Miller?
Nope. This guy was a good player. Don't know if you probably will remember him, Baz, but I rated him very highly.
Is it Paul Dickov?
It's not, mate, no.
Well, he's quite a small player anyway. Scotland.
And Jem reckons it's a horrible strip. It's not Barry Bannan, no. James is. They're all wanting to tell you, mate. I'll make their day. I think if I unveil one of them, it's you, mate. But it's not Barry Bannan.
Saying Neil McCann.
Nope, it's not Neil McCann.
Let's say about him, the better.
Neil, show me your rule book, McCann. No, it's not him. It's not Mark Burchill either, mate. No, it's no Burch.
Mark Burchill.
Burch hasn't played much for Scotland, has he?
I think I know who it is. Colin Cameron.
That's a belter.
Well done, Bazza. Look who he's playing against now.
Big Ballack.
What a shout that is, man.
I really rated him. I thought he was superb.
I thought he
was an excellent player. Yeah, I know he did. Yeah.
Was he no fit as hell, him or no?
Yeah. To talk about workhorses, Ryan, he was. I think he might just be before your time, Ryan.
No, I can remember him playing with Hearts, and I can remember playing with Hearts. Aye,
brilliant player, man. Superb.
We used to score all the time as well.
A great injury on him, Baz, didn't he? He was box to box type of player. He was really good, really good. Right. Moving on to the next one, guys. Here we are.
I was in this. I know that.
Stephen Fletcher.
It's not. No.
That's Stratton's stuff, isn't it? Stratton's team.
That's actually quite good.
That's quite good. That.
Is it better?
It's not, mate. No.
Who else played?
And before anybody asks, no, it's no Barry Bannan. It's no Big Chick. No, it's no Big Charlie.
James Morrison.
I know it.
Well done,
Oh, there we go,
Ryan.
man.
Well
There we
done, mate.
go.
What a player he was, I know, by the way.
I liked him. What game was that? You played that game? Do you remember?
It looks as if it's Wembley.
Wembley.
The 3-1 game. Ricky Lambert scored, didn't he?
Was that the one Miller scored?
Aye. Mm-hmm.
That was some goal. That he scored, to be fair, that was some goal.
I went to New York, if it's that game, the day after we Moza to watch Conor McGregor.
Who was that? Who was that against? Who was he fighting?
Eddie Alvarez.
That's when he won a double belt, wasn't it?
Aye. Mm-hmm.
I apologise to absolutely nobody.
That was me, Moza, and the two Fletchers went the next day after that England game.
Brilliant, man.
I've got one more for you boys before we finish up, and here it's here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What the hell, man?
Hey, that must be under Betty.
No, I don't think it was, mate. Don't think it was. I think it was before him.
Is it? Aye.
Yep.
Steve Brown's team?
I would have said so, yep.
John Collins?
Nope. It's no Barry Bannan before MDS.
Hey, Steve Brown's team.
And it's no Ryan, because he never had his boots put in. He just got him a couple of weeks ago, so...
That was probably still in somewhere anyway, so...
Gary McAllister?
It's not, mate, no.
Who played in that team?
Nobody has it yet. Nobody's got it yet.
Who played in that team?
Big Derek White?
It's no Big Dale boy, no.
That's
That's a great shout, Baz, but it's no Derek.
Derek White?
Wonder what he's doing himself nowadays, Big Derek.
Jackie Mack?
It's no Jackie, no.
Paul Lambert?
No, it's not Paul.
I'll have one more guess.
Nobody's got it yet.
I don't think he
Only even in the comments, nobody's got it yet.
Brian McClare?
It's no Brian McClare, mate, no.
Who else played with that team? That's not a goalie strip, I don't know.
No, that's I had that strip, and that was a belter.
Is it David Hopkins?
No, mate, it's no, but that's a cracking guess, Buzz. No, it's not David Hopkins, no. Nobody's got it yet. Nobody even in the comments has got it.
I'm trying to look. It looks as if I'm looking at the top left. It looks as if he's got like blonde, gingery hair.
I'm trying to think. I don't think he played with him, did he? Scotland, did he? I'll guess.
Who, Buzz?
Tom Boyd.
It's no Tom, no.
I don't know if he played with Scotland, but Russell Anderson.
It's no Russell Anderson, no.
It's
way too early for Russell Anderson, mate.
I'm out. I've not got a clue.
I think Russell Anderson was a better vote shout, mate.
He was.
Did he play with Scotland, aye?
Loads of times.
Jesus. No, I'm trying to think here, man.
It's no me. Somebody's asked, is it me as a kid? It's no me. No, it's no me.
No, I don't know. I'm out.
I'd have looked bigger in the photo if it was me, even then.
No, I'm out, man. Don't think at all.
Baz, you get one more guess on you, mate.
It's not your favourite big man, Big Colin Hendry, is it?
No, it's not him. Somebody in the comments has now got it. It's no Colin Hendry. Am I putting you out your misery, mate? It's like Colin Hendry, man. Oh my God. That was Stephen Hendry.
Give me Snickers.
You're eating Snickers, man. You've got him in your team. We're putting you out the misery, boys, aye?
Aye. He's ginger hair. He looks it.
There's a man there.
Kevin Gallagher.
Beat him as well earlier.
Evan Gallagher, aye. You did say him earlier, Baz, aye.
He was alright, him, was he, no?
Very good, aye. He was a cracking player, aye. He was
he
good at
that
Dundee
one when they
United.
went away?
Aye.
Aye, he
Aye.
was, aye, he was, aye.
Aye, the Sutton and Shearer.
It was him,
Aye.
Sutton Shearer, wasn't it? They were the front three, was they, no?
He was brilliant, by the way.
Cracking player. He was good with Dundee United up here, I know. So that brings us to the end of our wee Scotland trivia quiz. And who am I? Quite like Evans because I prefer zooming in, I think, lads. In terms of zooming in the face, scrubbing it, and leaving that wee clip of the hair at the top, like you seen there, Baz, the top left, a wee bit of thingy there.
That was
Next
good.
one I might base it on something else, and I'm maybe going to start introducing a wee thing like what happened next.
Should we base it on double denims?
Double denims, aye, double denims, and what? Sort of double denim and
Double denim suits.
double denim in the morning after the night before.
What type of football boots goes with double denim this week?
Aye.
The wee
What
man
type
knows
of-
every double
What,
denim.
what type of chaser does the wee man have? His martini shaking, not stirred with us.
Salad and sauce separate as well, remember?
The big guy behind him stole the Kangol hat off him, didn't he?
Aye. Big man behind him's got his kickers on, look.
Aye.
And he's inside out capital bag, look.
That's my wee farm foods bag what I for Sav.
His capital freezer shop bag there, look.
Aye.
What we got on there, mate? Crisps.
Aye. Ginger bottles.
Two bottles of that stuff that gives you a dose of tonsillitis. Remember that Soul Ripe Iron Brew? Two gulps and a course of tonsillitis, man.
That's that hooch, innit? That's bad for you, that hooch.
The old Marlborough fags and all, man. Two draws, man. You sound like we Edith at the still game.
Aye, pint of Guinness.
The wee man staggering out of Sav like that. Hey boys, how we doing? Do you like my new denim jacket?
Big Sean Dyche, isn't he?
Sean Dyche,
Aye. Do you like my new denim jacket? Just one suit me. No, does it fit me? Does it suit
Aye,
me?
just to suit me.
I go to half a washing line in Cairntine Road.
Aye. Brilliant, man.
Aye. He's Adidas True Stripe gel.
Aye.
Brilliant, man.
I mean, that's all you get up this side of it. It's the two stripe, you know what I mean?
Aye, the Two Stripe gel.
I'm still shooting Bernardo's up here, mate, you know what I mean?
The gel up your way is called Shocker Wave.
Is that all bread to my real team I'm using?
You got a free torch and a flick knife with a pound of gel up there. Can't they go up? That's his lot. Aye, a free
haircut or that, I know, cheers.
Aye. A free Kodak disposable.
Brilliant, man.
No, lads, I really enjoyed the chat tonight. That was really good. Good, nice wee insight about the Scotland camps, how things work, especially coming off the back of a big win for us on Sunday there. And obviously now, as we gear towards obviously Scotland game on Friday night, sorry. Looking forward to it. Obviously hoping for a win. I think if we win, lads, have we qualified?
You can if the other results go right.
So we'll have 3 games left then, won't we? And obviously played 5-1-5 if we win on Friday, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what results do we need? So who do we need to drop points? Norway and Spain?
Is it not a draw between Georgia and Norway or something?
Aye. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I think Norway need to drop points and
right.
Scotland win. And they're basically qualified.
Right, okay. Well, we can always live in hope, but we need to do our job and all. We need to sort of get the win, and in that way we're not waiting and him doing his favours, really. And then we go into the next one. But the next one's obviously, because we've played all our games, I think that's how we've got England on Tuesday night next week. What is this game for?
Is it not an anniversary or something?
Is it?
Aye. It's been in pipeline for a while, isn't it?
Right, okay.
Must be an anniversary game or something like that.
These games aren't friendlies, are they?
No,
Come on.
no chance. No chance.
Nah.
I mean, obviously up here at Hampden as well, these games aren't friendlies.
I played in the friendly at Celtic Park. I came on at the Parkhead one at half time. That was meant to be a friendly, but it was faulty the Gunnels as well, so it was never played in that way.
How's obviously it was Scotland, but I don't know what's the end. But how's the atmosphere at Parkhead? Is it brilliant?
It's better. We played at Ibrox as well against Georgia once, and it was better than I thought. It was better than Hampden as well, and then we played England at Parkhead and the Republic of Ireland in the group at Parkhead when Maloney scored for the short corner they took.
That'll be brilliant atmosphere that day.
It's better. I think personally it's way better than Hampden, the both Old Firm stadiums for atmosphere anyway. I think it's a bit too far away for the park, the fans are at Hampden. I think if you maybe brought it in a bit, then you would create that atmosphere on tap, but just a wee bit too far away. I think even the cup finals that I've been to watch as well, and that it's good, but it's not as good as the game like.
I think they should get him walking down the track with his 99p gel, waving it, and so it makes it gives that wee bit more a homely feel with his double denim on.
Aye, I'll need to start doing the boxing events. Number 8, but not my double denim on.
There's that wee shocker wave guy for Cairntine.
Aye.
a free pen knife for every Thomas Hill you buy.
Everything matters to Digby Brown, mate.
A puncture outfit for his BMX.
If you look for watch, you think this is no 10:30. What's he doing?
15 minutes to go. You better hurry up, JB. End this. I need to go.
Aye.
All my fans will be waiting. 9:99.
Time he looks at his watch, he's looking for the on-off button. Did you watch as they button again?
That's the only thing. Big enough at half time, mate. Don't worry about that.
Can't he get in the toilet? I know. That wee shocker wave guy's been in there for the last 20 minutes. Busting, man. Try to get a pie and a Bovril at half time, man. The wee man's in the toilet, stick more gel in his hair. Get that sorted.
Walk you look Johnny Bravo.
As long as you don't wear his sunglasses, you'll be alright, man.
I know.
Every time you put him on, he used to walk into a door or a wall or something like that, man. But no, lads, honestly, totally amazing. Baz, thank you very much again, mate, for coming on with on with the boys again, mate. It's always good to have you on, mate. It's good to have your insights and your knowledge and the way you see things, because sometimes you'll see things a lot differently for the way we do. I also want to thank everybody that's commented in as well and took part in the wee quiz as well. Thank you very much for that. Before we finish up, guys, couple of wee announcements for us. For any of you that didn't know, maybe that are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is now sponsored by AB Entertainment. The AB stands for Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ company, folks. So if there's anybody out there looking for any entertainment and any upcoming functions for yourself, a loved one, or anybody at all, even in your workplace, if you're booking out any Christmas dues, functions, or anything at all coming up, guys, please look no further than this man here. He does cater for everything, and he will be very reasonable with you as well. Alex on Facebook, Instagram, and the best way I would say to get a hold of him is through WhatsApp. On the screen for you is his telephone number, guys and gals. The number is 07845 746 092. It's 07845 746 092. And as I say, the best way to get a hold of him, guys, is to give him a wee ping on WhatsApp. Let him know what you're looking for, and he will get back to you in due course. What I did say the other night, I will say again, folks, he is becoming really, really busy. He's got his Christmas diary open now. He's taking bookings. So I would get in there as fast as you can if you're looking for any type of function, or even a family member, you were looking for any entertainment. Because sometimes you see it, Ryan, sometimes on Facebook, mate, people putting up things like, I'm looking for a DJ, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. So look no further than the man here himself. And not only that, he's a great guy as well. So again, Ryan, we're so privileged to have him on board with us, mate.
I'm just can't wait to get my Christmas OnlyFans show, mate. Can't wait, man. Buzzing for it. He's got to be the number one attraction, no me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How's she wearing that? She wearing that wee outfit? We've talked about it all night.
Well, he says to me with the double suit and he wear a double denim, mate. So it'll be a double denim team, know what I mean? So,
Thank
but no,
God
but
I'm busy. I can't make it. Remember, I can't make that night. Thank God I'm not going, man. Honest to God.
you didn't know what night it is yet. So how do you know you can't make it?
No idea, because he told me today. I'm going to make sure I'm busy, put it that way.
You put your voice ties on into that
Aye, I'll be putting
but no, seriously, mate. He is a
putting my
cracking guy, mate.
guyliner on that night.
He's a cracking guy, mate, and he has got a good business going, mate. And we've seen firsthand how good he is, mate, and what he does. It's not just a spinning dates kind of guy, mate. He does actually get involved in people's nights are made, mate, and he's a lot of good reviews on Facebook and stuff, mate. So he is a cracking guy, good business, and I would definitely recommend him. Like you say, he is following up, mate. So I think the quicker you get involved, Alex, the better.
Yes, absolutely. Also, folks, there is a wee message on your running bar just now. It's just to let you know that the Celtic Unrestricted View does have some merchandise that's on sale currently. These are the mugs we've got on sale, guys. The print on the mugs has been done in vinyl, okay? So you've got the crest on one side and the Celtic Unrestricted View podcast logo on the other. We are selling those mugs at £5, guys, okay? So if anybody wants to get their hands on one of them, you just give us a shout. We've also got these as well, folks. Key rings, they're priced at £1.50. So again, guys, you've got the banner on one side and the Unrestricted View podcast logo on the other. Ryan, is there anything you want to add to that, mate?
No, like I say, but always good to chat to Baz in terms of the football and getting to know behind the scenes stuff, because like I say, mate, between me and you and other fans, you don't really get to know behind the scenes in terms of what goes on at Scotland camps or even at football level, mate, because we, like I said, we just react to what you see in the media and what you see for the outset. So it's always good to chat to Baz, mate, and talk to you as well, big man, your big gorgeous face, mate. So all in all, mate, hopefully Scotland get a good win on Friday, mate, and then kick us after the rest of the campaign, mate. But I'll probably see you outside the Saturday Sunday, mate, with my boots and double denim, mate. But apart from that,
I'll be the one with the video camera, mate. I'll be the one hidden with a big hood on under the all. But when Baz was on me before, and he says me and you look like something at the Green Brigade, I'll have my black hood up again, mate. I'll be the guy passing you the capital bag, mate. Make sure your gel nuts on your shocker wave gels on your hair that night, mate.
I'll need to make sure I've got some Chinese for a guy in the toilet, give me some shocker wave gel. You know what I mean?
Aye. No, guys, honestly, again, total pleasure. Everybody else that's tuned in with us, again, guys, total pleasure being on, having a chat with you as well and getting involved with us. Thank you very much for taking your time to comment in on the quiz we just done there, and obviously the wee quiz I put in through the podcast in terms of the Scotland team that played against England in 2017 as well. So again, thanks very much for that. Myself, Ryan and Baz are all on Facebook, are all on Twitter. If anybody wants to reach out to us on there, you can do, even if you're feeling down, you're feeling, rubbish. Sometimes it's better to reach out to anyone that, if you're not feeling good about yourself, maybe your mental health's a bit low that day, or, you're not feeling the best, because sometimes it's better to speak to a total stranger, lads, because that way you don't feel as if you're being judged as much as you do with a loved one or someone close by. So please, again, guys, don't hesitate to reach out to us. The podcast is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Ryan's got a couple of other wee apps on his phone. I can't really tell you about that now. You tune in at 10:30 and he'll be able to fill you in and a wee bit more and what he does with his phone at night and stuff like that. So, but again, guys, total pleasure being on me. You guys, I will chat to you in a couple of minutes when we're finished. But for the rest of you, I will see you on Friday. And take care and
Take care. Hello.